Hi, my name is Erica Cool, and I'm going to take you through the new blog that we have for the online community, as well as some blogging best practices. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want to cover what's new for the blog. So things that you're going to see when you take a look at the new blog is that we have now recent information, all recent blog posts on the homepage. You're going to be able to RSS to everything. You can RSS to categories, to authors, you can RSS virtually to anything. We are having a new kind of structure of the blog. It's really a group blog broken down by a series of categories. So instead of having 11 or 12 or even more blogs that we had in the past, now we have one group blog and everything broken down into, like I said, a series of categories, or people are managing different categories and posting to different categories. We have voting on all content. So now what we expect is that our community and you guys will be our editorial board, telling us what is most important and what is really popular content, letting that content bubble up to the top so we can start tailoring our content to what our community wants. You're going to see site stats. So site stats let us know all the new content, all the comments, and top contributors. We now have comments tied directly to the customers. So just like you'll be logging into the community in order to post, our customers are logging in to comment. So we'll have all the comments tied directly to our customers. And then we have a series of leaderboards that shows the top bloggers, the top commenters, and the top voters. So what I want to do is just show you the new look and feel of the community and the blog right off the bat. You'll see that it's a really streamlined, really clean, and easy to navigate blog now. And up here at the top is where you would log into the community. And on the left-hand side here is where you see all of the categories broken down and how it mimics very much our corporate website, as well as some of the categories that we had in the old. Right here at the front, you'll see a listing of a description of what the blog is, all those recent posts that I just mentioned. Off to the right-hand side, you'll also see those site stats. And on every section of the community, including the blogs, you'll see a small snippet video of how that particular section of the community works. The first thing you're going to do to blog on the new community is log in. You're going to log in with your 62org login and password, and that's again single sign-on now, so it's even easier to remember. You just click on your name or the login link on the upper right-hand corner. It'll take you to this screen, and you just enter your credentials and you're logged in. So this is what it looks like to be logged in to the blog site. You can see in the upper right-hand corner here that I'm logged in and my name is now listed there. What I want you to do, the first thing when you're starting to blog or taking a look at the blog, or even if you're not blogging, is click on your name and update your profile. What we have now across all the communities is a profile. So a lot of what our community has been asking for, they've been asking for a single point, a single profile across all the communities, so we can see what their action is no matter what section of the community they're participating in. So now we have that. It's really exciting. So what I want you to do is take a few minutes right off the bat and edit your profile. And what you can edit are things like your nickname, where you live, your company, a bio about yourself, and you can even pull in some social media URLs if you're up to doing that. You'll notice that right now we don't have the ability to upload a picture, but we will have that ability very soon. It's coming in a very near release. So that's something that you can't do now, but you'll be able to do very soon. And here's a look at what a saved profile looks like. And the great thing about these profiles, again, is you can see the actions that they're having on that particular piece of the community. And down below, there actually is a piece of cross-profile activity that you can see as well. Now navigating back to a piece of content, when you can see on the left-hand side, this is a look at drilling down into a particular category and a particular piece of content. So I wanted to point out in that group blog concept is now, since this is one single blog broken down by categories, if you were looking for the marketing blog as you had seen it in the past, now we have a category dedicated to marketing. So when you click on For Marketing, you'll see all the blog content that you're used to seeing on the marketing blog and some new content. So what we did is we're going to be putting in a series of redirects from the old blogs like marketing and analytics and partners, etc. And we'll be doing some redirects directly to these categories. What we've done now is we've migrated all the old blog content, well, about 90% of the old content. So a lot of the old content has been brought over and it's in the process of being cleaned up. So if you see some things with some strange characters or some broken links, we have enlisted the help of all the old blog owners to go in and clean up all that old content. So you may see for a little bit of time some content that needs to be updated. So give us some time and be patient, and we'll be getting through all that content. But if you're looking for the old marketing blog or the old analytics blog, each one has a dedicated category that you can directly send people to. And there is a URL at the top that you can see right listed here. If you wanted to, you could RSS to this by scrolling down to the very bottom of the screen and clicking RSS. You can add this to your Google Reader, or you can send this link directly to your customers, or you can use it and you can see all the new marketing content that's coming in directly. Just wanted to show another piece of content here. This is for sales, and then you can see that we have various tabs across the top that you can navigate through content. Popular basically lists the most recently voted on content, so that's constantly going to be changing. And then we have also recent posts up here at the top. This will always be the most recent post. Top all time takes into consideration not just the recently voted on top content, but all the top voted on content of all time, and then a look at comments. And what you can see here is an embedded piece of content that we have. In order to kind of spice up this post, we embedded a piece of content using a hosted document service called Scribe. At the bottom of every screen, we also have a way that we can now syndicate content out to our customers' networks, or your networks, outside the walls of our community by using things like Twitter. So we have a tweet button at the bottom of every piece of content, and if you're not logged into Twitter, it will force you to log into your Twitter account, and then you can tweet out this and retweet out this content out to the networks. So it's a really great way to see the content that's important and then send it out through to the networks, so really expanding the reach of our content. What we've done is on the Follow Us tab, on the third tab, we have the Home tab, the View Post tab, and the Follow Us tab, is we've bubbled up the most important feeds for our customers. So you can very easily subscribe to these RSS for our most recent blog posts or our most popular blog posts or other feeds on the community. So we've given people an easy way to figure out how to follow us on the blog. One other really great enhancement that we have on our new community is we have email alerts. So what this does is when you have posted a blog and somebody has left a comment for you to respond to potentially, it will send you an email. And that email will allow you just to simply reply to that email. You don't even have to log into the community. It passes a parameter that knows who you are, and it will post that comment directly to the community. What you want to do is just read this top portion, though, and remove some of the messaging so that your comment is nice and clean when it posts to the community. But this is a real time-saving tactic and allows you to manage the comments that are coming into the community, which we haven't had that in the past. This is a really nice enhancement. This uses our base functionality, our email to Apex functionality, so it's really something that our customers can do too, but it's a great functionality that we use. If for some reason you want to turn that functionality off, the reason I'm showing the profile is up at the right here at the bottom of your profile. There's an email alerts, and you can uncheck that. It will check automatically, but you can uncheck it if you don't want to be receiving email alerts. So now I want to get into some post best practices. So let's keep moving along here. So one of the main things that you need to keep in mind for right now, the way it works, is when you're posting, doing net new posts of content, blog posts, you're going to always be logging into the community. So you're going to use that login link up the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to use your 62org login credentials. So always log into the community with your 62org login and do your posts from the front end. When you click login and you click on compose a post, the bright red button here in the upper right hand corner, what you're going to do is you're going to just create a simple, very clean title and description. And we're not going to go into necessarily in this how to craft the best blog post, but I want to just kind of go over blogging best practices on the new platform and what has changed. So as you can see, it uses our rich text editor from our platform, from our product, and that's pretty thin. So there's definitely some things that you're going to see, and I'm going to cover in just a minute what you cannot do. But what you do have is the basic rich text editor functions like bold, italic, underline, strike through. You can hyperlink in, you can add a picture and do some formatting of your texts. And then down here at the bottom, you can embed YouTube code. So if you wanted to embed a video, you just plop in the code there, or if you wanted to embed a document that you use from a hosted service, you can drop it in there. And then you simply categorize your content at the bottom. So it's very easy. And I think the great thing is that you can now categorize content across these categories to highlight the importance of this content, not just keep it siloed in one particular blog. So let's talk right off the bat and be as transparent as possible and talk about what's missing. Because I want to be able to give you guidelines to blog successfully and not be too frustrated, or just eliminate some of the questions that you might have. Now, what's missing from a rich text editor and missing from a blog is word wrap around images. So what I suggest everybody do is instead of using the past where you did wrap around image, what you can do is create your images to span across the platform altogether. So make a bigger image across the platform. Or you can just simply insert an image and know that your content will not wrap around that image. We also don't have an HTML mode. So it's important to understand that if you're composing your post and you copy and paste it, it may bring over some HTML tags. If you just simply paste that into the rich text editor in the blog platform, it's going to, and you save it, you're not going to be able to go into a mode to remove those HTML tags. You also won't be able to do those HTML if you happen to like writing posts in HTML. You won't be able to write them in HTML any longer. You'll have to do all of that editing right on the front end of the product. So you simply put your content in, and you will bold your content or do the various things you need to do. Another thing that is understandably frustrating for folks is that we don't have a preview mode. So what I recommend you do, if you feel comfortable with it, is you can compose your post in something else like Word or a text editor, and simply do all the spell checking, do everything you need to do in that mode, and copy and paste it in a text editor. So either save as text, or if it's already in a text editor, you take all that content, you put it into the blogging platform, and you can do any of your formatting there, adding your links, adding your bullets, adding your whatever it is you need to do, and then you can save it. The good thing is it's very easy to edit your content. I'm going to show you how to do that, and you can make that edit and save it and make those changes. So it can be a little bit of put the content out there and then make the edits, because people aren't watching quite as closely as we think they are. So you can make a couple of changes. So understandably so, preview mode is something we need. Each one of these that's listed here is on our backlog. So we're pushing really hard on the products team because we've built this all on the ideas-based theme. So we can push directly on the ideas product team that we need to get these changes in order to be successful. If we expect our customers to be successful using our platform as a blogging platform, we need these things. Okay, just to wrap up these two last bullet points, we have scheduling posts. We don't have the ability to schedule posts, so your posting will be a bit more real time. I know that some people did like to, schedule their posts or write them ahead of time, save them, and then post them out. But right now, you'll be not able to do that. And the last one is uploading documents. And what we're doing is we're researching using content packs in the AppExchange org. All of this content, since it is all built on sites and 100% native on our platform, it's all hosted in the AppExchange org. We share that org. So we're working on potentially exploring content packs, being able to send public URLs out to content. In the meantime, we don't have the ability to do that quite yet, so you can use services like Scribed, which is a very easy hosted document service, or if you feel uncomfortable with that, I'm happy to help you. I've been in the past a little bit with some of the people that are blogging already, hosting some of their documents on our corporate kind of Salesforce official Scribed account and then publishing out that way. If that's, I have other alternatives that I can do as well that I can certainly help you with as well. Now, just quick workaround. I've actually gone over quite a bit of these as I was giving you some of the things that were missing, but I just want this in here for you to see some of those when you're watching this down the line. So like I said, with word wrap, I would encourage you to make those images full width if possible. HTML modes, there's a number of different things you can do. You can compose your post from right within the community itself if you feel comfortable with that, or you can compose your post in another editor and copy and paste into the post. With preview modes, like I said, you can compose your post in another editor. Scheduling post, really all I can say is we have to lean on our ideas team, and I gave you what to do about uploading documents. So that's in here for you to take a look at in the future. And I just want to go over right here a sample good post and why I think this is a good post. So right now, one of the things that's great about this post, it has a very clear cut title. And I mentioned before that I wasn't going to go into too much about how to compose a really good post, but I do want to cover a couple of things in this. So it's got a really clear title. It's a good guideline when you're thinking about creating titles for your post to think about how it's being picked up in search. Because we don't have a really great way yet for our page titles, the title of your content is very important because it is picked up in SEO. All of these we do have basically running through our Google appliance. So it's very important that you think about a very clean title. Next thing that's really good about this particular post is the image. As I mentioned, it's really important to know that we don't have image wrapping, but if we're going to create a nice clean image, make it certain that it kind of runs the span of the post and it looks really clean that way. So a good guideline is to think about that with. Another thing about images is to just include images. Blogs with really good graphics, they really entice the reader to read it. Although it seems strange to think about it that way, it really, if it looks good, people want to read it. So good content is definitely key, but you really want to have it nice to look at, so having a nice flashy image is always a really good idea. Another thing you can do, instead of creating really long posts with tons of content, you can think about something that this post is doing, which it creates this sort of table of contents post. And then it also you can click through right here and you can take a look at a series of posts that it links to. So you can always have this table of contents to go back to and link to shorter posts. That way, if we included all these posts in one straight blog post, it would be a very huge post. Instead, again, kind of shortening it up and linking to various different posts. It's a really nice way to do things and a really clean way to keep your posts. Oops. To go back there for 1 second. I also wanted to just point out, because you didn't see it on the previous slides, here's that tweet button right here at the bottom, and here's where it's going to be listing all the comments. So I just wanted to kind of point that out since you couldn't see that in the previous slides. Okay, another very important information to get through your head in this recording is that everybody remembered you posted directly from the community site using your 62org login. Now, once you put that post out there, there is not a frontline editor in the Ideas product. So what you need to do in order to edit that content is you need to go into the App Exchange org, which everybody that is blogging should have an App Exchange org login. If you don't, you just need to let me know. We just need to do a series of approvals on whether manager approvals on blogging guidelines, and then you'll get generated a login for the App Exchange org. All of your editing and updating of content in your blog is done through the App Exchange org. This is the look of the App Exchange org. It's going to look a little different for you, being I'm have a little bit more higher credentials. But when you take a look at this is what the content looks like from behind the scenes. So a couple things you can see, I want to click through here, is off to the right-hand side. To find your content, you can go directly to a particular category. So if you generally blog for marketing, you can click for marketing, and you'll usually be one or two of the people that are blogging on that marketing category. You can also just do a straight search of your content, or you can take a look at the recent posts. So recent will be a very good way for you to navigate through your content. If you just posted it and you want to edit it, you can do it that way. So that's how you navigate the back end of editing all your content. What it's going to look like once you select on your piece of content, once you find it, you come into this mode where you can see the edit buttons are now up at the top, and at the bottom you can see the comments that are coming through. We do have the ability at this time to delete content, but we'll probably down the line be taking that away once we clean up all of our content. And you also have, I have the ability at the bottom to delete and edit comments. So if you need anything done in that sense, you can just give me a call. Some things I want to point out that we've already experienced on the community that I just want to get in your head as well, some gotchas that we've run into. We ran into an issue where we have the word script that came into a link. And what that did is basically for our rich text editor, we have it built in to basically escape out when it sees a potentially harmful piece of content. And in the word script, if your link or any content has the word script in it, it will think that that is some kind of harmful content like JavaScript, and it will escape out and it will display all your content in a very funky fashion with lots of exposed HTML characters. So if you run into a situation like that after you save your content and you see it showing up that way, it probably has to do with some series of harmful content that it thinks it got in there. I'm happy to help you, but I know for certain that we had an experience with this where in a link that they were trying to embed, it had the word script in it. Another just reminder that when you're posting a net new piece of content for blogs, you're going to post it from the community. We've had some folks that get confused, which is understandable, and they post from the App Exchange org instead of from the community. Now what this does is it will allow you to do it successfully, but you have a different persona on the community. When you log in with your 62org login, you're representing yourself in one way, and the App Exchange org has a different representation. So anything you do from the community or from on the blog, whether it's posting or commenting, should always be done from the community. Always edit and update from the App Exchange because you will not find a way to do that from the front end of the community. When you are, if you are going to embed a YouTube video, the standard YouTube width is slightly larger than the size of our community space that we give you when you're posting. Now what this will do is it will make the video spill out onto the side a bit. So all you need to do is just change the pixel width, and it's listed in two places on the embed code of a YouTube document. Of the YouTube content, sorry. You just change that pixel width to 500. And please don't just copy and paste from Word. It's going to pick up a series of strange characters and strange content and colors. What I suggest you do is if you don't feel comfortable writing directly into the blog, which is fine, write in another editor and save as text, copy it, and then paste it into the community and do your formatting there. And lastly, to wrap it up, I just want to give you an arena to provide us feedback. We know this is a big change. We know that the blog is one of the bigger changes that we have, being that it's a group blog with categories. It's a little different. So I wanted to provide you an outlet to give us feedback. And I want to be as transparent and put it on the Idea Exchange because our customers may be experiencing some of those things as well, and we want people to vote on this content, and that will help us decide what makes it onto our backlog as well. So if you go to the Idea Exchange, which you navigate to the Idea Exchange with the super nav on the community, you just go to Ideas. If you then click on non-product ideas in Salesforce community, you'll be able to log an idea there for the community to start voting, or it may already be there and you can simply vote on it, and that is the best way to provide us feedback. You can also contact me directly for any questions or comments. I'm very easy to find. Erica Kuhl, E-Kuhl, K-U-H-L, at salesforce.com. You can also reach out to me in various other methods, which I'm sure you have. Phone works as well, but email is definitely the best. So I hope that gave you some great information to get started blogging on the platform. I'm really excited about this new technology that we're using, and I think it's really great to be able to say that we're 100% native on the platform with our community. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact me directly at ekuhl, E-K-U-H-L, at salesforce.com, or you can navigate to the Idea Exchange and post to the Non-Product Ideas Salesforce Community category. Thank you very much, and